I'm so happy to have you both here.
Thank you.
You know, as we sit down to give everyone a little preview, I also feel far away. I am, I'm like, hello. You know, we have all, how many people, raise your hands, we've all stood in the aisle at some point. Have you ever looked at the back of a product trying to read the labels? And if you're lucky enough, you do have your eyeglasses with you. Exactly, right? Or you've tried to take a picture and then Google all of those ingredients, and then you leave yourself after you've spent 20 minutes down a rabbit hole wondering, wait a minute, what is this actually, what matters, and like what's marketing, right? We've all been there, and that's across pretty much everything today. You know, a lot of you may know me from the show as the style editor, but a big corner of mine is beauty, and probably 15, gosh, not to date myself, I've been on the show 20 years, but about 15 years back, I really got excited about clean beauty, and I saw so many companies looking to really kind of, you know, make transparency a priority. So this is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, because today we are going to talk about making this easier, if we can. Motherhood, better, safer baby care, product transparency, and better standards that support parents, because you know, let's face it, while you've got one screaming or crying, you've got the other, it's hard. You can't sit there and all of a sudden be a chemist and understand all of these ingredients. So we'd like to lean on people for support. And Hilary and Jocelyn, you two are changing the game for moms and babies. Really trying, but look, someone's got to do it. And I think it's pretty incredible, Hilary. There are a lot of people that are accomplished that sometimes don't think about using their platform in this way. So I'm very excited to have you here.
Thank you.
And
hello? No, yeah, hello.
this,
Thank you.
yes, this will benefit so many generations to come. So forgive me also if my back is to you over there. Okay, so you know, you have said that becoming a mom has changed everything for you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, first of all, meeting my two, because I had twins, I discovered a whole new me in giving birth to two new children, and that was the biggest surprise to me. And such a beautiful gift. And then, of course, you want to be able to give your children the best of everything. We all want that. And so I've always been really interested in, you know, health companies that are doing the right thing, putting the right ingredients in and on my body. Always using the EWG verified as my like golden standard. And when I found out I was pregnant, I started looking into prenatal vitamins. It was kind of where it started. And then I learned that there's heavy metals in prenatal vitamins. And I thought, well, what the hell? Yeah. Like, honestly, I was so flabbergasted, and then I was angry, and then I thought, how is this possible that you can buy something on a store shelf and it's not been tested for these things? And we think naturally that it's okay, that it's healthy, that it must have been tested by somebody. No one would sell us something that's not healthy. And then this sent me into this, like you said, a rabbit hole. And I started doing all of this research, and I thought, it's so important to me to make sure that I'm giving my children everything from in utero until, you know, as long as I'm alive, and hopefully after we can leave a legacy for them, and all the other children in the world. And that's what led me to HealthyBaby and becoming their chief innovation officer.
Yeah,
and
that's
helping.
what I'm curious about. That strikes me as you must have been very passionate, not only about the cause, but what did lead you to take this role? That's a big role.
Doing all of that research and then finding Shazi Visram, who's the creator and founder of HealthyBaby, and all the tireless work she's been doing, and that just led me to realizing that we've been greenwashed in so many ways by so many companies that say they're doing the right thing, but when you really dive deeper, they're really not. And that's why it's so important that there is an organization like the EWG who is actually, you know, can vet these things and say, no, this is not, this is greenwashing over here, but this is legit. And so after finding Shazi and having conversations with her, we just thought, well, we're both, you know, like-minded, we're both passionate about doing the right thing. And you know, she says, I a lot of the times I was saying that it felt like it was profit over people, and you know, she has her version of that, and we just said, let's connect, let's do this, let's do this together, and which now we're doing with diapers.
Yeah, and I was just going to say one thing about HealthyBaby for those of you that don't know the brand. Shazi called us and said, we need a standard, and that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted to shout out. So Shazi, whom you're speaking of, I'm always a fan of women who are changing the game, especially at a founder level. And she was behind HealthyBaby, which if you're a mom, you may remember those. You know, I remember the treats and the snacks that I got.
Pouches.
So you know,
Yes.
that's
All
impressive
organic,
in
too.
itself to have a female who's establishing a brand and now taking on this mission. And of course, I'm going to be bringing you into this chat too, because like you said, EWG, you may have seen those 3 letters, the Environmental Working Group. As a beauty editor on the #1 morning show who has looked at thousands, is conservative, probably closer to a couple 100,000 products, that was always something that really impressed me, if somebody was able to gain your attention in a good way. So let's talk about your role, Jocelyn, and you know, if you can help people understand, what does EWG certified or verified mean? What does somebody have to do to achieve that?
Well, for those of you that don't know, EWG is the Environmental Working Group. We're a nonprofit based in DC. Our whole mission is to empower people to live healthier lives in healthier environments. And part of that is setting the standard called the EWG Verified Standard. And that's what HealthyBaby was. They were the first diaper to be EWG verified, but they also were the first brand to say there needs to be a standard in the diaper industry. And that is very rare. Businesses and industry are not asking for standards. They are avoiding regulation a lot of times. So to have a brand raise their hand and say, we're under-regulated here. Can we please be transparent? Can we please tell people what is in our products? And can we please hold other people accountable to the same standard? Is game-changing. And that's what Shazi has done with HealthyBaby. For EWG, we started in the personal care product space. And so we started with clean cosmetics, safe cosmetics. We then moved into baby, so baby diapers. We also certify mattresses. We certify cleaning products. And it's all founded in science. So EWG has been around for over 30 years. And what we are known for is ingredient safety. And so we have PhDs on staff that do the tox reviews and are setting standards that are based in science. And as Hilary said, it's a little bit wild that you can buy a product on the shelf today that has not been tested for safety. EWG goes in and requires that safety testing. And we're hoping, showing more and more brands joining the program, that we're showing Washington and states, this is possible, this can happen. So let's have regulation and laws that reflect the champions that are already doing it. They're reflecting this change.
I'm curious, just show of hands, how many of you have used their app? So, because I think there are more, it's so nice, there is one upside to social and all the information being shared. I think a lot of people are becoming more aware of the tools available.
Also, what's great about the app is that if you go in and you look for something that you're wanting to buy and it's not in there, you can take a picture of the barcode and it'll, like in seconds, give you the information back about whether it's healthy or not.
And one quick question, what does it take? What's the process to become EWG verified?
How long do you have? It's a long.
Also, just for the ladies, because I think it's important, it's not an easy thing. You don't just apply, pay the fee, and get a check mark. You know, you
there's
really
criteria.
have to prove yourself.
You have to meet the criteria first. And so what it starts with an ingredient scan. And so we see, are the ingredients used in this product, are they safe for you, and how does EWG feel about them? So we have a banned list and a restricted list. And the restricted list requires safety testing. And so what level are you using this ingredient at? And does it meet EWG's health and safety limits that are based in science, but also international regulatory standards that are stricter and stronger than our countries today? Finally, after that happens, we do a full product packaging review. So it's safety testing, it's product packaging review, and then we do annual science updates. And so you don't just have to show us one time that you're safe. Every year, the science changes. And that is something I think people are committed to. They want to know, they want to do better, and they want to reformulate. And that is what is encouraging to me, is to have these brands asking for these standards, not just meeting them. They're going above and beyond.
And I think I want to give this as an example because we can speak about, healthy, not healthy, but to give like a little bit more in depth. Something that the EWG has been working very hard on, and I've been trying to help, is getting transparency in diapers. So as an example, they're not regulated. Something that goes on a baby from the moment they come out of the womb at their most vulnerable for 2 to 3 years, and sometimes longer because they wear them at night, are not regulated.
And to be clear, both of you are really actively involved in working to help change legislation.
Yes, we're going to get into that, but before I say that, the importance of this, using this as an example, is because babies, as we know, they're so much more vulnerable than adults to and susceptible to these chemicals and things. There's like something like 2,800 chemicals that are in diapers that are not disclosed. First of all, why are there that many chemicals in a diaper to start with? And it's proven that these chemicals are endocrine disruptors, they cause cancer, fertility issues. The list goes on how it interferes with our bodies. And some of these things might not be even seen until later in life, and so you don't even correlate it back to a diaper. So to give an example, something that that's an example of what the EWG is trying to do, is to bring total transparency into the diaper world as well, so that we know as parents what is going on our babies 24/7. It's our right, and it's our right to make that decision. And when you don't even know, because again, you think, oh, I buy this off the shelf, it must be healthy. It's not. And so these are the changes, the very, very important changes that need to be made, that are being...
Yeah, diaper disclosure bill. Disclosure and transparency is core to what EWG does and what HealthyBaby does. And using platforms like Hilary's to make this world a better place and create this awareness for these transparency measures is really what we're doing today. So we want everyone here to know about these fights that we're fighting. And what's exciting is California is leading the way in so many of these standards. And what we're working on today is a diaper disclosure bill, AB 1901. It just passed a really important appropriations committee yesterday. The big fight.
You just got the word this morning, correct?
We just got the word, yeah.
Very exciting.
And so the next step is May 29th. It has to pass another. And so we are moving the markets. And this is actually super simple. We're not even banning anything. We just want you to tell us what's in your product.
Yeah, so it's just transparency is the first step, awareness, right?
Yeah, we're not even saying you can't use that. You shouldn't use that phthalate. You shouldn't have fragrance. Just tell us what's in it. It seems pretty obvious. I'm not sure because it rolled off your tongue so naturally because you're immersed in this, but I'm still learning myself because I had been focused so much on beauty and cosmetics. But 2,800 different chemicals have been found across diapers to be involved.
That they can use and not disclose.
Wow. So it's not just falling under the fragrance category, a plethora.
It's fragrance is one of them.
Eye-opening.
Yeah, it's
dyes, adhesives, glues, bleaching agents. If you really look at what's going in a diaper, like bleach.
Yeah. And to be clear, these are found across. This is not all in every single diaper.
That's
but
true. Yes.
I do think that this is really important.
Yeah, it's not in every diaper, and that's why people getting the choice to say, okay, you know what, this is the diaper for me because of X, Y, and Z, and this is the diaper for me because I don't want those things on my children's skin.
Yeah. But the assumption, you're right, is there. Because I remember even just 15, 20 years ago, you would assume that of something you're going to put on your face every day or lipstick that you're putting straight on your lips. So I think it's incredibly important when you're thinking about a newborn.
And to your point, yes, it's in everything.
Yeah.
This is everything. I was just using that as an example because obviously I have kids in diapers, and that's what really fired me up, along with the prenatals and why I'm working with HealthyBaby.
And let's get to that, because I think you may be able to understand the feeling when you have a baby later in life. There are like some letters that get stamped all over you and your paperwork, like AMA or geriatric mother.
You're geriatric at 35.
So to be in a hospital at 40, and I'm like, why is this AMA like stamped everywhere? Advanced maternal age. because I had my son at 41, and I remember just like dying. There was like geriatric like everywhere. It was like, am I allowed to go to the bathroom? So I just wanted to check in because anybody who hears, there were a few friends of mine, I was saying how excited I was to come back home to LA and interview you. Twins at 48.
I got pregnant at 47.
47,
with twins.
but you delivered at 48.
Yes.
Twins.
Yes.
I don't know about you, but where do we start, okay?
I think, didn't Cameron Diaz just have a baby? And is she 52 or 3?
Can I just say, I kind of love that we don't know, because that was something a long time ago. It's kind of nice to know that we're giving a little space. However, I have to get back to 48 and twins, because at 41, that was hard. So let's like step back. What was your experience like?
You know, I've just always been I don't know. I don't think about it. There's something that, I want in life, and I was blessed with these babies, and I was really fortunate to become pregnant at 47. It's such a gift. It's something that, is rare, and I just was grateful for it every day, and I just gave gratitude for it every day.
Yeah.
Thank you. And, anything that was kind of course, being pregnant's not easy. And I was working 18-hour days until I was in the 3rd week of my 3rd trimester. And I was grateful for the work. I was grateful for the pregnancy. And I just had to keep the right frame of mind. And when you walk, I think, in a state of gratitude, everything is, it brings just more abundance. And,
well, and I'm sure you didn't know any difference. So having twins
and
was
I didn't
your
know
experience, right?
No, but I also, I take on a lot of jobs that are physically grueling, and I have to, go through physical transformations. I put on 28 pounds of muscle to do $1 Million Baby, and, and that was working out 5.5 hours a day, 6 days a week for 3 months.
So I have to keep checking. Are you human? Because for anybody watching,
I'm a Leo. I'm like a Leo and a Leo rising. So.
I think it's important that we're transparent, because there is so much noise out there today about, having it all. And at one point in our sort of coming up, you can have it all was a message that was out there. And then it was, you can have it all, but not at the same time. And I think that's going to be an individual issue. Personally, I think it just depends on your path.
It does depend on your path. And of course, there was a time when I was younger that I wanted kids, but and everything didn't align, and it wasn't time. And honestly, it's really God's time. Mm-hmm. It's all I can say is there's a lot of times when I was like, oh, why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? And then something happened later, and I'm like, oh, that's why.
Well, I'm interested in what both you ladies might say. I'm sort of embarrassed looking back now that I had so many young women under my wing at some point that I told them, you can get a boyfriend after you retire. Like, focus on your professional career. And going through 5 rounds of IVF myself, it really dawned on me that you have to plan for both your personal and your professional life. And I wish I could go back and that's my POV. I wish I could go back and tell some of those girls that it's important to think about that. But for those who may be here, or someone who may see a clip on social, what would you like to say to somebody who is looking ahead and trying to balance their career, starting a family, anything that has stuck out to you? Yeah.
I would say definitely, freeze your eggs if you have that ability.
Yes,
but
louder.
A lot of people might not. But I know insurance companies are really stepping up and helping a lot of women now do that. It wasn't that long ago, by the way, that you could only freeze embryos. So then you had to have a partner, and then if you didn't have a partner, what did you do? But now women can freeze their eggs. So that does give them the ability to have that kind of more of an insurance policy, if for lack of a better way of saying it, and then, give their all to their career first, and I feel so blessed for that, because my career was a big part of my life, and it was a baby, and I was able to really devote to that. And now I am, able to devote to my children, and I'm eternally grateful.
Yeah. And what about you have? I'm sure.
I was just going to say, I had kids also as geriatric with both of my children as well, just in case anyone wanted to
Who
know.
else is geriatric in here? Oh my gosh, right? So we're not alone, right?
It is an alarming
Yeah.
word on your paperwork, I have to say. My answer is I just think give yourself grace. It's not a race. And it's really hard to not compare yourself to people these days. And so just do it on your own timeline. And if that is kids first and then career, or career and then kids, or all at the same time, ask for what you need and be loud about it. And that's okay.
Yeah.
So what do you need at the workplace to have children? Or what do you need from your partner to be able to work, but also go through whatever journey you're going through? And so it's just unapologetically asking for what you need and being okay with that.
Yeah.
And I do think community makes a giant difference in that. So surrounding yourself with people that support you.
Yeah.
And that's really in your control.
And I think, I think for the people, like you said, who are watching online or listening and who are not geriatric and, do want to have children in the future and have people really pressuring them to have them now. And, it's a lifelong commitment, and it's not, it's really, it's like.
Yeah, you're hitting on so many things. I remember thinking about how so many people will say, I want a baby. I think I want a baby. And that's the term that's used all the time, instead of, oh, I really want to grow and raise a human and invest in a person for the long haul and be there. And do I have the bandwidth? But I'm very passionate about making sure the conversation is being had and people talk about that. While we as a society may feel like there are more options and you can shift things, biologically, that didn't get the memo. So it's really important that women who have babies later in life share, and thank you for your transparency, because I think it's important. It takes a village to raise children, but to have them too, if you don't do that on your body's timeline. So that's really important.
Giving your body grace after you have kids too, I think is another.
Yes.
People just are like, I'm going to bounce back immediately, but slowing it down.
No, I just spoke to my best friend on the way in, and we were talking about, how our bodies change and everything. She said, oh, I look at my kids. She has 4. She got pregnant with twins as a surprise just not that long ago. They're 5-year-olds. And she said, oh yeah, I just look at them all the time. And I say, look, I'm holding you forever. She grabs her love handles. She's like, forever I'm holding you.
Oh, that's hilarious. So
I'm going to use that.
what are some of the silver linings, though? Because I know for me, it's pretty obvious. I love that I had a full life, and I have so much more to share with my son about life. I had a lot of experiences. For those out there that think it might be too late, or just wondering if they decide to do that, what silver linings have you found being a parent later in life?
Well, for me, I have a lot more patience now than I've ever had, and I can be so much more selfless in a way that maybe I could have, I don't know, but like I said, I had this career I was really babying too that I really wanted to give my attention to, and I feel like even in my, even in my 30s, I don't think I would have had as much patience, and I feel like. Then I was always a goer, and now I'm really okay with slowing down. You say that as you're chasing toddlers, but I think you understand.
And coming to Sacramento to lobby.
But I think that's the biggest thing is, and I will also add that the amount of work that I've been able to do on myself. I feel like for me, the definition of a good parent is being able to break cycles that you've had in your life that, your ancestors have also carried, and not passing that along. Mm-hmm. And so doing the self-work that I've done on myself, and being able to be self-regulated when my children aren't, I don't think I would have had that and the depth that it is at a younger age that I feel for me is a gift to impart on my children.
I have a few questions that are sort of commingled in my head because I keep thinking about twins. I'm sure there are enough people in here, right, that are still like, how are you doing this? Support is critical, and I think it's important that moms, we can't just make it look like everything's fine, it's great, and I know that almost feels dated at this point, but I can only imagine having twins. You need support. Where do you find that in your life? Any good advice?
One of the things that I do talk about is how magic and chaos can happen within the same like minute and a half.
I love that.
And also one of the things I always hold on to is that I swear, I mean, I don't know if you experience this, but in like 2 weeks, they changed so much that one thing that they were doing that you could cringe and be like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. It's over in 2 weeks. So but then also that thing that you love, that word they say, when you say,
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful.
you know, in like 2 weeks, they're going to be saying beautiful. So like all of it, just really trying to be in it. And then also knowing in 2 weeks, that one thing that like was like nails on chalkboard is not going to be happening anymore.
For sure.
You know that, but yes, I really am. I try to be so hands-on as a parent, and my husband, thankfully, is a really hands-on parent too. And we chose not to do. We didn't do the sleep. What's it called? Cry it out. That was our choice, you know, our choice. A lot of people it works for, and it just wasn't. I couldn't do it, and we didn't do it, and. That we were just talking about how we're just coming out of the tail end of that because they just turned 3 and they're like finally like really sleeping good at night, and they still nap well, but you know that was really trying when you're not sleeping to find patience. But my mom has been an incredible gift, and you know I do have a part-time sitter nanny who's awesome.
Which I think is so important that we share, because so many moms out there see something on social media and they're like, how is she going to the gym? How is she taking the time to do all of that? But that's the thing
is actually I, as most people would know if you follow my work or have followed me, exercise for me is like drinking water and breathing air. Like it is such a huge foundational part of my life. And I haven't been able to do that in the last 3 years in a significant way. And I'm not, because I didn't do the cry it out.
How are you handling that though?
That has been hard for me.
So you just made like a big statement and then you're like, for 3 years. And I want moms to hear this.
That has been very hard, but that's again where I can say I'm going to be selfless, and I'm going, you know, yes, exercise is important, of course, because if you're taking care of yourself, you know, the whole adage, put your oxygen mask on first. But I guess it's like working out in the way that I used to work out. I can still find ways. I can go for a walk. I go on bike rides. You know, it's just that it's involved them. But I also, you know, not everyone can afford help. And you know, I also am in a really blessed position that I can. And I was able to put a little workout thing in my gym for my babies to have their workout, me to have my workout. And I also see that that's a really blessed position to be in. So it's hard to talk about it from, you know, one position when not everyone can. But
no, it's amazing. And that's why I actually want to hug you right now, because we haven't heard that enough out there for someone to say, yes, I am blessed. I have this privilege, because I think it can help somebody else who's struggling feel seen, that it is not possible to do all of that without help. You need to find support. Listen, I used
to hold them and like take lunges and like lunge and like curls with them, like things like that. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, I think having the conversation is important, and sharing that and saying, I'm in this position. And I mean, TMI, but for anyone who has followed me, I'm a widow. And my husband passed 5 years ago, and I am a solo mom. There is no baton. There's no every other weekend. And I have felt the difference of that position. I'm no longer in the position where I have somebody who can take that time. And so thank you, but I am still incredibly privileged in comparison to other people. So everyone is gonna have their own situation. I just think it's really important, and thank you for being so honest about your journey to motherhood and sharing what's important to you, but also sharing out loud. Like, I've had to find new ways to do what's good for me and to find support.
Sometimes those stories, you find common ground in hearing them. So you didn't know you needed to hear it. It's okay to do this, or it's okay to maybe take 3 years off from exercising.
Yeah.
It's okay to live it and feel it and then figure out the next step. But it's hearing the stories, I think, make people maybe feel better about, okay, I'm doing okay, or I'm going to get there. And these are some tools that I've just learned about. And so I do think sharing and storytelling and everyone having their own individual path and purpose is the way that people learn and get inspired.
And I love the story you shared, or the sentiment your friend shared about, her body, because so many people see photos of the mommy makeover. And my new version in my head that I've shared with friends, there's a mommy makeover internally happening. Soaking up those moments, you change as a person so much. It's the internal makeover that occurs. And as somebody who has been multiple sizes, gained 70 pounds on television as I went through my motherhood journey, it's really hard because you have to surround yourself with voices and stories that remind you you're not alone. And you're not alone, and we're not superhuman. It doesn't matter if you're a 2-time award-winning Oscar award-winning actress, but I just love the conversations like this that we get to have in the intimacy.
Me too. And I think the other thing, for people who hear, oh, well, she's been, thinking about what goes on her body and in her body even before she had kids, and, I don't do that, or, oh, I've been really unhealthy, is to your point. I didn't work out for a long time, and yes, to your point, I can start again soon. But you do have a choice, and we're not perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm still going to do unhealthy things here and there. And sometimes it's because I don't know, because it's not been, shown to me, because the government has not been transparent about it. Other times I'll say, well, you know what? I really want that Cheeto. But I think what's really important to note is that toxins in our body, even microplastics, we can expel them. There's ways to do it, and you can do it, and you can start today, and in 90 days be a healthier version of yourself. In just 90 days. It's not like, oh, well, I've always done that, now it's too late. It's not. That's one of the things. And it doesn't have to be a clear haul out of all your stuff, because that's really overwhelming and it's really expensive. You can start with one thing. And I think that that's really an important thing to share, because I think it's really overwhelming for a lot of people. And I know
well, yeah, because you scroll and you're like, how is everything organic cotton, this and that? I mean,
I know.
You scan all your products and you're like, and I don't want to scan anymore.
Yeah, and a lot of my friends in their 20s who have the, unhealthy workout outfits, but they spent a lot of money on them, and they're like, I can't throw it out. I just spent, all this money. And
there's PFAS and forever chemicals.
Yes, in those workout clothes, and but they know, okay, well then I'm going to throw out all my candles that I know are toxic, and I'm going to start here, and I'll gradually get to there. And I think that's important.
To be transparent, it's a slippery slope, because there are really good companies out there, and preservatives are necessary when you're mass producing products, because there are a lot of brands that, clean beauty, but wait, hey, hold on. We have to make sure that this is safe, which is why I think legislation and organizations like the EWG
verified requires preservatives in our personal care products, because they will mold on the shelves without them.
Absolutely.
There is a safety measure to everything we do, and there's
just a balance.
It's a balance. And I just want to say that it's not an all or nothing. And so starting where it makes sense for you is important. And so a lot of times people don't even know, oh, I can look up what's the contaminants coming out of my tap by just putting my zip code into EWG's tap water database, and then find a water filter that works for me.
How many people here have made some effort to be mindful of toxic ingredients? Yeah, I think it's becoming an everyday conversation for a lot of people.
And it is overwhelming, but starting small and then swapping out things as you go, as you get rid of products, scanning things whenever you're interested in learning about a new brand. But what is super motivating to me, and I've been at EWG for almost 20 years, is it's changing. The number of brands out there that are meeting our standards, that are formulating to our standards, that you can find in big box stores, the equity lens is actually growing.
Yeah.
And so you're able to find these beautiful products at a CVS or a Walmart. You're seeing legislation pass. I mean, Hilary lobbied with us last year in the state of California to pass the first ever heavy metal testing bill for prenatal vitamins. And so you now, if you want to sell your vitamins, prenatal vitamins in the state of California, you have to test for heavy metals, and then you have to publish the results on pack. It's
Yeah.
transparency 101. And so just telling people what's in it is all you have to do right now. And then people can make those educated decisions for themselves. But if you
a
don't
great
have the
point.
tools, you can't make the decisions for your family.
Such a great point. Speaking of decisions and talking about balance and more, I would be in trouble if I didn't try to redirect this back to your latest role and your first role back since becoming a mom, Yellow Jackets, which I know my best friend is floating around here, and he is obsessed. He loves the first season. Yes, so for you, I know, first, it's one of the things that's unique about you is I feel like you sort of fade into these roles. You become invisible. So I am wondering how you made this decision with, now being a mom too. How did you choose this? How are you balancing that? And are there any, for the fans out there asking me, any updates you can share for season 4?
Well, you can't even take a picture on set.
Oh.
Yeah, they are like, it is, I can't, unfortunately.
How many
I'm so
people
sorry.
watch Yellow Jackets? Oh, okay, good. Because if you haven't, just so you know, it's like something you can't look away from, but you can't believe you're watching.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Time.
That's a really good way to put it. It's so much fun to work on because when you play someone who's gone through such trauma like that, which is not funny at all, but when you go through something like that, the ability to play it in a bunch of different ways works. It's kind of like, I say it's a little bit like doing a horror show, but there's a Goonies aspect. Because you can't be too big, you can't be too broad, because trauma, informs you in such interesting ways that you could like do a whole scene crying and it would work, or you could do it laughing, like hysterical, or you could just kind of be really checked out. So it's really fun as an actor. And the creators are genius. When they called me and asked me to do it, I said, honestly, I don't watch the show. It's too violent for me. And so you have to tell me what the show is about. And then they did, and they were talking about trauma and how it informs us and how we kind of always seek it out. And I found it really interesting psychologically. And I wanted to go back into something that I didn't have to work 18-hour days because I didn't want to go back to work until my children were 3. Again, I'm in a very blessed position to do that. And they just turned 3, and they said, it starts like March when my children turned 3. And I was like, this is crazy. This is perfect.
But there's got to be something, because when I think about your work, I remember 100 years ago interviewing the trainer, actually for E.
Hector
for $1 Million Baby, the actual
my boxing
boxer.
trainer.
No, but her exactly.
I'm
blanking on her name.
The one that I fought against?
Yes,
or
the one you fought with in the
Well,
movie.
I fought against so many of them, but Lucia Riker.
Sorry, I know. Yes, Lucille.
Lucia,
I did.
yeah.
It was a red carpet countdown. But first of all,
Yeah.
I don't know how you could have stood without shaking or peeing your pants when she threw a punch.
Yeah.
So in all, the intensity of all of your roles, and now with this,
Yeah.
what draws you to this?
I'll tell you, it's people. I love people. I love you all. I love people, and I love what makes us similar, and I love what makes us different, and I love exploring those differences. And it's like, it goes back to Boys Don't Cry, and just the idea of like,
stories.
we're all at our core wanting to give and receive love, to be seen in whatever way that is. And I love that we all, we have our struggles and we persevere. And I think one of the things that inspires me most is people who persevere through adversity. And I just find that I'm drawn to a lot of those characters. And so when I step into their shoes, I learned so much more about life and who I am and how I see the world. And so it's been such a gift because, if you're just like, it can be so myopic sometimes. And when you expand your peripheral, you just get to see like something you never would have seen or experienced. So I just feel, again, I know my mantra today is blessed, but I feel so blessed to walk in so many different people's shoes and to experience what they experience and have that inform me as a human.
It really opens your eyes.
Yeah.
But,
Thank you. Thank you.
And on that note, do we not all love you more?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And thank you for being here. Thank you.
I know that I have a lot of girls. Are you asking for questions from the audience? You want rapid fire? What would you like? She wants your rapid fire. Okay, because we could keep you here all day and I could ask a bunch of questions. But so I have some fun questions. Are you up for it? I'd love for you to jump in too, Jocelyn.
I'm
We're
not
all
shy.
part of the
I
girl
will.
crew. Okay, so last mom-related question you Googled. Last thing you Googled. If you had your phone, I'd make you show us. But
Well, these two women here are from my Obnoxiously Crunchy Mamas group. You heard that right. We are titled Obnoxiously Crunchy Mamas. And so I don't Google, I just go to them. And I say,
last
please
question
tell
she asked
me.
you. What did
was
she
the last
ask you
question
last?
I asked?
or
Oh, we were talking
Foundation.
about makeup. And because I wrote to them, I'm so sorry, I was using this foundation that was clean and it's not anymore, which is so hard because
Which one do you like?
It's Sai.
Sai is beautiful. Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the last thing.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So the next one. What's one
Related.
thing?
I looked up AB 1901 just to make sure I had the latest details.
I'm going to
for
ask
this
easier
panel, so-
questions. Okay. One thing you swore you'd never do as a mom, but do now.
Mine is screen time. I let my kids have screen time. I thought, no way, I'm never going to do it. And then I like to go out to dinner with my husband. And so we...
Amen.
Yeah, screen time. And it's limited and it's special treats and we do all of the stuff, but...
Anything you swore, Hill, that you would never do, but you...
I know I can't think of one. I'm not very good on the spot.
Cheetos. You must give them Cheetos. You just
Yeah,
mentioned it.
Cheetos.
Okay. Story time. Favorite book. What do you pick up every night? Do you rotate?
Yeah,
I
we
mean, I'm
do.
impressed. Usually I have my go-to.
Yeah, no, I rotate for my sanity.
Okay.
Dragons love tacos.
That was a hit in my house too.
Well, I like Giraffes Can't Dance.
Oh, I love that book. That's
Yeah.
an oldie but goodie.
And then one that I just love because it reminds me of my dad is Rabbit Listened.
Aww,
Do you know that one?
Yes, I have some vintage ones. That's great. Children's song permanently stuck in your head.
My kids love Fireball. It's not a children's song,
Okay.
but that's...
That's hilarious. I think mine is there's that it's a new one they're learning dancing to. I close my eyes so I can see the world.
Oh, you have a singing voice as
for
well,
me.
dear.
No,
I don't know.
That was luck.
I couldn't. I just remember the baby bum, like the intro. You just would hear it after every meal.
there's a lot of Twinkle Twinkle.
Twinkle,
A B C D.
Okay.
There's a Tootie Tot. Are you into that one yet?
Jump in with
Oh.
whatever. Best kid
Yeah.
snack. What snack you'll eat off their plate? Go to approved dinner.
My kids somehow really love nuts. Like they love almonds and cashews but it has to be stuffed with a lot of raisins. So that snack I eat.
Nice.
My kids love nuts and they love hummus. And they eat it in a bowl like yogurt.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right, so I just want to thank you both here for sharing so much. And
Thank you.
for
Thank you,
everybody
Bobbie.
For having us.